Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 2 of The Wrestling Man. I am your host, Bill Chase. A couple things. Sorry I didn't have a SmackDown and ECW review. I was a little busy this weekend. I got a little preoccupied. But I gotta say, I did see both the Matt Hardy Finley plus Matt Hardy Shelton Benjamin matches, and oh yeah, I forgot also the Undertaker Jeff Hardy matches. All excellent. That's why I gotta say that I think the Hardys are two of the best in the business today. Just my opinion. I know some of you Hardy haters out there won't agree with me, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to try to shorten this today. Obviously, I think my first episode was a little too long. If I'm long again, I apologize in advance, but oh well. And for those of you who voted on the star rating and gave me only 1.5 stars, you can all kiss my Shelton Benjamin loving ass. Okay, next up. We got the WWE Raw report. This is the go-home show before Survivor Series. Card looks decent enough, I suppose. Certainly looks better than Cyber Sunday and not as predictable. So yeah, let's get right into it. Right, we begin the show with the entire Raw roster in the ring. Apparently, it's going to be a Raw Superstar Forum. Stephanie McMahon is conducting it, and so I guess something I got to say about Stephanie. You know what? She's aged well, or I shouldn't say that. She's only 32 years old. What I meant to say was, she's going to age well. She's going to be one of those girls that looks good in her 40s. Sadly, her voice hasn't aged well. I still find her voice, whether she's screaming or not, to be nauseating. Not Vicky Guerrero nauseating, just nauseating in the really annoying sense, but not annoying enough to make me change the channel. Anyway, continuing on. So the the Superstar Forum starts. And right away, of course, we get the heels complaining, which obviously makes sense. Randy Orton bitches and moans about being better than John Cena, which I know is horseshit. Yes, I'm not overly fond of Orton, in case you haven't noticed. You can ask me why. Basically just pisses and moans. Stephanie says, Cena's a big superstar. Thank you, I know this. Masters of the obvious. All right, next up is Cody Rhodes. Asked why Orton wasn't suspended for kicking DiBiase in the head. Well, yeah, because we're all responsible for our own actions, yada yada. This is really going nowhere fast. I really don't know. But I guess it's better that they get this all out of the way with one segment rather than just have a bunch of little segments throughout the show that really just don't prove any point. But yeah, there were still a few of those. I'll get to those in a bit. Okay. So, it goes on to Santino. Santino was quite funny. He does a little rap mocking Akon about wanting another Intercontinental title shot, but Stephanie rejects it because he lost rematches at house shows. Okay, when did house shows start meaning anything again? I must have missed that memo. Last I checked, house shows haven't meant anything since I was in freaking high school and the Spice Girls were still topping the charts. I mean, really here, continuity, folks. Is it too much? Really, come on now. Whatever. Anyway, so I guess it only matters when it comes to Santino getting another title shot. So we're stuck with Regal as a paper champion. Yippee. And nothing against, again, that's not a knock against Regal personally, but I don't know. Whatever. He's buried one week and he's, winning the Intercontinental title the next. I don't get it. Where's Layla? Anyway, who cares? Alright, so next up, Shawn Michaels makes his way into the forum. And he talks about how he hypothetically doesn't want to wait till Sunday and wants JBL now. Of course, Stephanie says he'll just have to wait, so Shawn apologizes in advance for attacking him. He steals JBL's hat, mocks him, and the big brawl breaks. Well, not really. They all disintegrate, spread like wildfire out of the ring. And that's the end of that segment, which... This is weird to say, pointless but effective, as if it just avoided a lot of unnecessary airtime tonight. So, whatever. It's not terrible, not great. So, moving on. First match we have is Kelly against Victoria, promoting the SmackDown vs. Raw Divas match at Survivor Series. Again, really no interest behind that. Just something kind of thrown together. Kelly's timing was off a bit in this match, I thought. She really seemed to, just seemed to be kind of slow in her step, but either way, she is motivated. She seems ambitious to really just prove that she's not just another blonde bimbo, which I'll admit she was. She really was. Yeah, she's hot, but other than that, she just okay. I can look at pictures of her online. I don't need to I don't need to watch her on TV every week. She's going to be that bad. But no, honestly, Kelly has been a joy to watch lately, in my opinion. I think that there's huge room for potential there. And you know what? She's only in her early 20s, which means there's so much time for her to be built up. And but judging by her increasing crowd reaction over the past couple months, I would say there's huge room for potential there. But anyway, Victoria loses after Kelly rolls her up. Then Victoria viciously attacks her afterwards, and the babyface divas from, well, not really, because Jillian joined but Jillian plus Candice and Mickey joined in the foray and chased Victoria off, and Beth Phoenix comes down and just slams Victoria into the mat, which this was good because it just promotes the unity of the Raw Divas for this match. Again, it's not a big match, but, at least try to make it significant, and I think they did a good job of that here. Okay, moving on. We got Batista versus Manu. This was actually a competitive match. Manu got a lot of offense in. I was quite surprised. That's better than what Cody had last week. In my opinion, Cody just got nothing. I really don't see why they just couldn't do that for both guys. Isn't the point to build up this whole faction? But regardless, Manu, of course, loses. Batista hits the Batista bomb. It's actually quite a vicious looking one. And wins the match. Cody gets in the ring or was about to, as Orton was scouting the match from up on the top of the ramp. Cody hesitates getting in the ring, but backs off because he doesn't want any of Batista. Orton just shakes his head, which really he has no right to do because he's pretty much done the same thing many times. And but honest, you know what? I was actually ticked off that they never pointed that out. But at first, I'll get to why I'm not anymore later. Weird random segment after that. Stephanie McMahon introduces Chiche Strongbow to the Atlanta crowd. I guess he wrestled down there for a bit. He actually got a pretty good pop. I was a little surprised. Usually the legends don't get much of a pop these days because, so this whole new generation of fans coming in and pretty much the WWE not being as nostalgic as they used to. Yeah, he still got a pretty good pop. Good, nice respect shown from the Atlanta fans. I really don't know why that was here, though. To be quite honest with you. Okay, moving on. Again, not a bad segment. I'm just saying it just didn't make much sense to me. All right, moving on. Here's the segment I was talking about. Orton confronts Cody Rhodes about walking away from Batista, but Rhodes, of course, points out that, I haven't seen you do anything, or I didn't see you get in there. And, of course, Orton says that he's embarrassed to have Cody on his team. But Cody says, well, keep talking, Randy, because that's all you've been doing lately. So I thought it was pretty good. Again, nothing fantastic, but it was effective for what we're leading to here. Cody, again, pointing out that Randy's not getting in there at all either. So, and it's backed off from Batista on numerous occasions. So, yeah, it's good. Something's got to give here soon because I think they're starting to lose gas. I think once DiBiase goes back, they're finally going to blow it off, and I really hope so. Next up, we get an Evan Bourne video. Again, quite surprising and random. He comes out on crutches to talk about his injury and his recovery. And Mountain Man Berserker Knox comes out and stares at Bourne. The crowd, dead silent. I'm not kidding. Dead silent. We don't give a shit about Mike Knox. He's just another generic big man who really just is Captain Anti-Charisma. That is his nickname. It's Captain Anti-Charisma. The guy has nothing. Nothing. Okay? I've been watching this guy on and off for I think 2 years now. Yeah, he came in when ECW first formed its new brand in 2006. Nothing. The guy doesn't have anything. He's just another roided up freak with a big beard. Yippee. So we're gonna add him to the roided up freak with the ugly teeth. The roided up black man who we've had to watch for 12 years. Again, nothing against Mark Henry being black. I'm just saying that's just my vague description of him because really, other than that, he's in terms of wrestling aspect, he's nothing more. And then of course we have the flabby one who's now gone, thank goodness. But yet here we have guys like and I complain about this a lot. Guys like Henry, Knox, whoever. even show, I gotta say these days anyway. Kozlov, who's just really plain and boring. Kali, again, all these guys, even this Jack Swagger guy in ECW, the guy just does nothing for me. Like, really, there's nothing there. Even Ricky Ortiz, or whatever the hell his name is. And yet, meanwhile, Kenny Dykstra, Shannon Moore, Paul London, and Super Crazy all sitting at home without jobs. Explain that one to me. Anyway, yes, great from a smart mark. I know you all probably saw that one coming, blah, blah, blah.